Yo, Dre, I've got something to say. This is Walt. I'm ready to talk. I'm going to talk about Jaheim McMillan. It's been a little over 2 months since Gulfport, Mississippi police shot and killed 15-year-old Jaheim McMillan. But I haven't done a long video, and this case is lacking media support. Media is cooperating with the police narrative and police statements. People fighting for justice for Jaheim, family members of Jaheim, their social media is being suppressed. And it looks to me as though the media is co-conspirators in helping the Gulfport Police Department get away with murder. On October 6th in Gulfport, Mississippi, at the Family Dollar on Pass Road, Jaheim McMillan was shot in the head. One thing everybody agrees with, even though police statements wouldn't make it clear, is that the only gun that was fired was in the hands of the Gulfport police officer. On October 11th, Police Chief Adam Cooper had a press conference. He really just came out and read a statement that was prepared and stumbled through it. That's what really got my attention, was when I saw that, and I knew something was wrong, and I knew he was lying, and I knew there was some cover-up going on, and I knew it was no good. Finding out that Jaheim was a black male young boy made my eyebrows go further up, coming from the state of Mississippi. I first heard about the story the day of or the day after I subscribed to WWL, New Orleans News, and there was Adam Cooper describing statements he made there are different from the statements he made in the press conference. He said there that a bunch of suspects pointing guns at people passing by. Ooh, pointing guns at subjects, that's pretty serious. Those statements, we go from pointing to brandishing to waving. It's the only narrative we have out there is the police narratives. They're suppressing all the other witnesses' accounts. They keep saying that they were pointing guns at passerbys, to they're waving guns, brandishing guns. You know, yeah, I looked at waving guns and what that means. It basically means you're in possession when you're brandishing it. You know, black boys with guns. Oh, terrifying. You know, don't you find it just a little bit racist or a little bit of a double standard? All those Republican politicians with their Christmas cards, their little kids have assault rifles in their hands. Is it okay for Gulfport, Mississippi police to go shoot and kill those little white kids in the head? No, it's not. It's not okay for them to shoot Jaheim McMillan either. That narrative's perfect too. You see some black kids with guns, you're gonna call the police in a hurry. You got them. Sure enough, police heard that there's black boys with guns. Get the car at Family Dollar. I think the cop who killed Jaheim McMillan knew he was gonna shoot one. He already had himself covered because of the story, because of the 911 call. One of the things we know is that they haven't released body cam. No footage. There's video footage out there of what happened, but it's not being released. I wonder why. Gulfport Police Department's used to things like this going away. People have protested daily and have not gone away. I've been getting my news firsthand. I went down to Gulfport, Mississippi this past weekend and participated in a Justice for Jaheim protest from the Family Dollar to the police station there in Gulfport. And there were people from all over the country at this protest. Actually, I brought some people from the Marshall Islands halfway around the world, so there were people from all over the world in Gulfport, Mississippi demanding justice. CNN, USA Today, NBC, all the big stations covered something at first, but it seems on October 11th when Adam Cooper had his press conference and gave the real story, everybody seems to have backed off and gone with the narrative that he went with, which was the exact opposite of what witnesses say. Two separate witnesses on the ground that are white. One lady, an Uber driver, white, Deborah Stout, talked about how he came out of the Family Dollar with his hands up and that he was unarmed. She said she didn't have PTSD from it and have trouble sleeping at night. She was pretty disturbed by the situation. Another footage that's gotten released, I know Marquell Bridges TikTok account, who he's the lead organizer down there and doing phenomenal work, working tirelessly for the cause here. Marquell's TikTok video shows, and Ben Dixon shared this as well, a white man with a thin blue line shirt on runs out and is screaming at the police officers, "Why the fuck did you shoot him? Why the hell did you shoot him? He's got his hands up. He was unarmed. He was unarmed." And in that video, the police officer says to him, "Get the fuck away from here. Get the fuck out of here." They didn't want any witnesses saying that. And there's during the press conference with Adam Cooper, he doesn't bring up any of the witness accounts. Doesn't bring up the fact that a gun was recovered from Jaheim. Where's the gun? If he had a gun. Nobody in the press asks any questions. He just says thanks, that's all I've got to say. Adam Cooper doesn't bring up the fact that there were 8 shots fired from what witnesses are saying. He just says shots were fired. Besides the bullet hitting Jaheim in the head, there's glass broken at the Family Dollar. Multiple shots were fired. Adam Cooper, Chief Cooper was quick to point out with the Gulfport 4 young boys that were in the car with Jaheim that each one of them complied. They complied. He repeats that detail over and over.
The officer ordered the suspect to the ground and he complied and laid on the ground. The suspect was later found to have a weapon in his waistband when he was taken into custody. The other individual still in the car was ordered to exit the vehicle and lay on the ground. He also complied. He was located. He complied and he was taken into custody. A firearm was found in close proximity to him. He also complied.
You know, this case reminds me of Ahmaud Arbery. Ahmaud Arbery, it happened in February. It wasn't until May until we saw the video. Remember, the video is out there and the investigators had the video, but they weren't going to make any arrests. They made arrests because we saw the video. I think this is a very similar case. They've got that video and they know what happened. But the way Chief Cooper used to speak, it leaves them enough legal room that if everybody finds out what happened, that Jaheim was not pointing a gun at the officer, that they can wiggle out of it. And what they want to do though is just completely cover it up. You know, a lot of the nasty racist police justifiers who justify police killing unarmed black humans are the same people that would say Jerry Jones was only 14. Come on, man. Well, whatever it is you're saying Jaheim McMillan did, Jaheim was only 15. The most striking thing for me this past weekend in Gulfport was Jaheim's little brother. Other things that we know, after Jaheim was shot, as he bled out, he was handcuffed. All this time, there was a lot of time for someone to see a gun if Jaheim was armed. No mentions of a gun from any witnesses. And Adam Cooper seemed to only leave out a gun when he was talking about Jaheim. He mentions on the day of, multiple firearms were recovered. Never from Jaheim. Other striking things about being in Gulfport last weekend were just how the police treated the people. There were snipers on the tops of buildings. It was really an uneasy feeling. There were snipers. Some film that came from Marquell Bridges when we marched from Family Dollar to the police station. They had white allies out front and back, for help protect our black brothers and sisters. Well, right when we started marching, here comes police truck. Adam Cooper jumps out of it. And he says, you can only have one lane. And he asked Marquell if he's in charge. And Marquell said, everyone's in charge. And he made the mistake, or he made the perfect question. He said, can we get this done? Of course, can we get this done? Can we get body cams released? And it's so intense. Marquell and we all started saying, arrest cops who murdered Jaheim McMillan. If we don't get no justice, they don't get no peace. Yo, Dre, got something to say. Justice for Jaheim McMillan.
Can we get that done?
Can we get the body cam released?
Body cam?
Yeah, body cam and dash cam. Well, y'all said the end of the year. It's the end of the year. Do that? Can you do that? You racist piece of shit. Can you do that? Can you do that? Arrest the cops that killed Jaheim McMillan. 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 Arrest the cops that killed Jaheim McMillan.